and welcome to this live broadcast. I am actually live from two screens right here. I have Instagram Live from my cell phone, and right in front of me, I have YouTube and Facebook Live right on my desktop computer. So if I'm looking in random directions, that is the reason why. So happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to another broadcast all about making it together and different content that you can utilize during this time, plan for the future and different things that you want to do for your business. And also always talking about different business tips and obviously my favorite new new products and projects that you can do that maybe you haven't tried yet. So today is going to be a lot about some of the trends that we're seeing in apparel. So S&S Activewear, I connected with a representative from them today, a couple weeks ago. And today we're going to be showcasing some of the items they sent our way so that we could do some testing and talk to you guys about them and why they're trending now. So really excited to share that stuff with you. And then we're actually going to be heat applying some two unique products that I'm really, really excited to test out with UltraWeed. So that's the product that we'll be utilizing today. I went ahead and cut out my design. We are going to cut out one more design because we're going to be doing two applications after we talk about what's all trending. So I see everybody joining on Instagram and some folks commenting in. So thank you guys so much for joining us on that platform today. It's been a while since we've been live through Instagram, so I'm really excited to get back to that. And of course, love seeing where you guys are joining from on YouTube and Facebook. So if you're joining on either of those two platforms, be sure to comment in. Hi, Sam, and our coworkers over at Target Transfers. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into what S&S Activewear sent because I'm really excited to talk to you about that stuff. So I'm going to talk about the first and probably most obvious of different blanks that you should be considering starting to heat apply for the upcoming holiday, and that is 4th of July. So some really cool stuff that they sent, and I love these pieces, and I can't wait to print for these in a video that I'm going to do for UltraWeed on cutting or personalizing and custom printing children's apparel and how that's safe to do because UltraWeed is a CPSIA compliant heat transfer vinyl. So this is a really cute onesie. They have a bow tie attached there. You could probably actually personalize that if you use a heat printing pillow underneath the collar. So a lot of those thick seams sink down in and raise the print area. So I'm really excited to test this product out. And they also do a bib too. And I just love this. It's just so cute. You know, a lot of the trendy children's apparel do really fun stuff like this. And I love that we're starting to see some of these trending things in wholesale so that we're able to, keep up with what's trending in retail as well. So these are both from rabbit skins, and I will do a video on printing these with UltraWeed in the coming week so that you guys can see how we are printing these two pieces. All right, so for those of you that just joined, again, that is perfect for the 4th of July in these red, white, and blue colors. That's the onesie, and this is the bib. All right, so I'll be sure to share photos and that video for you guys as well. So beyond just children's apparel and different things that you can also print for 4th of July are accessories. So this one I absolutely love. This is a tote bag. So of course they always keep the decorator in mind whenever they're manufacturing their items. And this brand is, let's see here with the tag. Not seeing where. Bear with me just one moment. Okay, so I don't know who the brand is for this one, but still, again, on S&S Activewear, if you just type in Americana bag, I'm sure it'll pop right up for you guys. But anyway, they keep the decorator in mind, so whether you're embroidering, screen printing, and heat printing, you have a nice flat surface here that you can decorate it that is not sublimated. So if you're not working with products that actually block dye migration, you can actually just print this pocket right here, and you don't have to worry about any dyes migrating through. So you can definitely tell up close when you're looking at this in person that the rest of the bag is sublimated where the stripe and the stars are. But overall, it's a really cool blank item, and I think that this would sell really, really well for the upcoming holiday. So keep this one in mind if you are looking to do upselling or add-on sales with different blank products. I would love to see that decorated with like a flock product just to add some dimension and texture to it. And I think it would complement that denier type of fabric as well. All right, and my next favorite in the accessory category is this Richardson or Richards hat. All right, so this is it's Richardson and it's style 112 PM. All right, so they did the trucker with the stars and stripes. So this is really, really cool. Because this is a structured cap, definitely want to make sure you're using a cap press to do this. So I do know we love to kind of play tricks with our heat presses and different things that we can heat apply, but this one would definitely require that curved heating element to be able to accurately heat apply this. So I would love to see this Richardson hat done with like a nice leather patch or a CAD prints twill application, because it's a very nice fabric and it's high end. And honestly, this cap is retail ready. So anything you add to there is just going to add more profit opportunity for you. So I really love that. They sent another style in this. So if you want to do just beyond 4th of July type of stuff, this is the, whatever this brand is, I'm not sure. Oh, Ponytail. Right. So this is the ponytail back style cap. This is for ladies, but it has that nice trucker style. And this is like a little Velcro in the back. But they offer a lot of really cute colors in this cap. So again, if you're doing a structured cap, make sure that you are using a cap press. That's what's recommended for being able to accurately get heat application on the curvature of the cap. The next one is a non-structured cap. So this one I absolutely fell in love with because tie-dye, as I mentioned in one of my broadcasts in the past, is really, really popular. And we're starting to see that be incorporated more and more in the industry. And it's just super, super popular. So this brand is the Jame, and it comes in, I think, 3 or 4 different tie-dye colors. They have some really like fun ones like this where it's like bright and neon, and they also do some pastel as well. You can see a little bit of that pastel color on the side with that orange there. So what I love about this hat is that not all of them are made the same. The tie-dye throughout is going to be different for every cap. And I also love that this is a non-structured cap, because we're starting to see, or I would say not starting to see, but probably within the past year to year and a half, possibly even 2 years, the non-structured caps are coming back full circle. They're starting to trend more. People are calling them dad hats, and they're just putting like fun little cute quotes on the front of this. So this is actually one of the items we're going to be heat pressing today with the 9x12 craft press that you see behind me. So I found a way to actually use one of our print accessories to isolate this area and not necessarily use a cap press for this. So we'll definitely show you how that's done. I'm going to put that to the back so that doesn't get lost in the box of items that S&S Activewear sent over. All right, so some other fun stuff. This I absolutely love. It is 100% cotton, and it's a really nice bag. So whenever we talk about bags, we are always talking about tote bags that are usually 100% polyester or canvas. We've done vegan leather, sublimated bags that have patterns all over, and they're all really fun. But this one's a little bit different because it's all 100% cotton. So I can put just about anything on this. I could do a screen print transfer. I could embroider it if I have that capability. I could put patches on here or just basic heat transfer vinyl. So whatever you want to put on this bag, it's cotton and you don't have to worry about any dyes migrating through. And it's just an overall really good quality bag. So although it's cotton, it's still very durable. It's not something that's super thin. They even have an inside lining in here as well. So really cool bag. Excited to print this. I'll probably save this for a different live since we're doing 2 other items. All right, let's see what else they sent. So I did notice some Bella Canvas stuff come in. So this is the Bella Canvas 65 poly 35 viscose. So super, super thin material, feels really, really great. This is just another standard t-shirt, just done a different way so that it gets another thin and lightweight feel. That's what I really like about Bella Canvas and their brand is they're always experimenting with different substrate and content in their fabrics. So this feels really, really great. I think that this would be perfect for UltraWeed. Since UltraWeed applies at 260 degrees, I think we could get a really successful print on these t-shirts with that really low temp application. All right, so I see some comments coming in, so I want to visit some of those. I'll do that over here in StreamYard first. All right, so Eddie Roth asks, can the leather patch be done through Transfer Express or just Stahls? By the way, I hate that it's 2 separate entities. So yeah, we get that comment a lot, but the leather patches or any style of patch is available through Stahls. So whenever you think about specialty finishes, just think that that's always going to be the main Stahls website, just stahls.com, not transferexpress.com. So you can get a ton of specialty transfers there and be able to really increase your profitability with those styles of patches and things like that. Transfer Express, always just screen print transfers and digital transfers. Now they do some specialty with rhinestones. So if you're thinking in terms of how do I think about the difference between the two, Stahls does all things heat transfer vinyl and specialty dimensional products, and Transfer Express does all screen print, digital, and rhinestones. But yes, it does get confusing. All right, so let's see. Kimberly, where did you get the cotton colorful bag? That is from S&S Activewear, right? Right, so yeah, but S&S Activewear is where all the items for today were sourced from. All right, so we just did the Bella Canvas tees. And last but not least, we have some other really fun stuff. This is from NV Sport. And I really, really like this because it is a color block and raglan style hoodie because it has the 2 different colors. The body is like a heathered natural type color, but there is some like heathered gray throughout it as well. And then the rest is a really soft pink on the hood and sleeves. So again, this is from NV Sport, and I think that this is going to be super trendy, especially during this time of year, because hoodies, even though they're recommended for like fall and winter, you can still sell hoodies during spring and summer if they are the right material. And this fabric is super, super thin. I know you can actually see what it's made of. I'm assuming 100% cotton. No, it's a cotton poly blend. But you can see that this is actually a really thin material, kind of see-through a little bit, not totally see-through, but a little bit translucent. I can kind of see my hand through there. So it's still a really lightweight material and definitely not a product I wouldn't still consider selling because there's a lot of places people go in the summer where there's a little bit of the chill. Like, for example, we have a lot of mountains in our area and it gets a little chilly there. So that would be a great product to be able to wear in the summer and carry around with me. And last but not least, we have something from Pennant Sportswear. And this is what we're going to be pairing with that cap today. So this is a really unique product. And you can see as I'm holding this up to the screen here, this is called a corded cotton. And this is actually the only product today that's not sourced from S&S Activewear. This one is from Pennant Sportswear. It's 100% cotton. I actually have it brought up on my screen here. So I'm going to share that through StreamYard so you guys can see exactly where this is sourced. And then, yeah, so corded cotton, really, really unique product. I did test this at the 260 degree settings for UltraWeed. We're going to see if it applies at 260 degrees because whenever you're working with a high percent of cotton, that's the higher you want to increase your temperature. So a little bit about UltraWeed when you're working with the product. If you're not familiar with it yet already, it applies at anywhere from 260 degrees upwards of 300 degrees. So either way, it's a great low temp material, but you have to be sure that you are using the right temperature based off of the fabric content in the garment. So the higher the content of cotton, the higher you want your temperature to be for UltraWeed. So we're going to test this at 260. And I said that wrong earlier. So you can see here, there's actually 80% cotton and 20% poly. So it's not totally 100% cotton. So I think it'll be okay at 260. If it fails, we'll increase it to about 280. But the reason I want to do it at 260 is because this is a type of fabric that could potentially scorch if there's too much of a high heat because of the raised corded cotton poly fibers that are sticking up. And we're also going to need a decent amount of pressure so that we can get the adhesive to stick down into the bottom layer of these fibers. But overall, I think this is a really unique garment. I think it's perfect for apparel to wear to the beach if it's cold at night, if you're camping like Mike commented in, and just an overall just kind of warm type of fabric for colder nights and days during the summer and spring. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and heat apply so that we can actually make some stuff. I want to say thank you to our team members, our team members over at S&S Activewear that sent over a lot of these items, and of course, Pennant Sportswear as well. All right, so just going to adjust my screen over here on my laptop so that you guys can get a good view of the heat application. All right, looks like we're good on the phone. All right, so we're gonna do this one first, and then we will test the cap as well. And this is the heat transfer that we are going to be applying today. I got a little bit of paper stuck to the backing. All right, there's stuff everywhere on this table, so I'm gonna clear out the things that we aren't using. And before I test this, I also want to make sure I send my second design to cut because I also want to show you guys the weeding process with UltraWeed and how you can do some really nice script text with it. All right, so mirror is on. I need to plug in the Cricut to my computer so that we can send that next design to cut. All right, so if you are working with the Cricut, there are a few different craft cutters that this is actually compatible with. This will work really with any cutter, but you want to make sure if you're working with the Cricut that you are on the iron-on setting. So one common misconception is that heat transfer vinyl can be cut on the vinyl setting on Cricut. So just make sure that you are on the iron-on setting because vinyl is actually for sign vinyl. All right, my design is mirrored and I can go ahead and send that to cut. It's a small design, so it won't take very long. All right, so with the Pennant Sportswear garment, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that tag. And I'm just placing this on the platen, making sure that I'm pretty centered. And I'm gonna do a preheat and dial back my pressure just a tad. So it looks like at 260 degrees, we're not getting any scorching, which is exciting. So let's see if this will heat apply to the cotton poly content at 260. All right, so since this is the largest part of my design, I'm going to apply the white first. This transfer is actually available, or this design is actually available in CADWorks Live. So I created it this morning. If anyone's interested in this, you can go into CADWorks Live and cut this out and personalize it if you want to. All right, so making sure that I'm about 3 fingers down from the collar. That's just the standard on alignment so that you're not too high up on the garment. All right, and I'm just going to tack this for 2 seconds. So UltraWeed has a 2-second tack for the product. That's as long as you really need for that adhesive to activate. So I'm going to remove this carefully because there is a little bit of stretch to it. And I know just at that 2-second duration, this adhesive didn't really get to sink down into those fibers. So as I showed you earlier, the fibers of this corded cotton stick up pretty high. So I want to make sure that I'm not ripping anything off, and then that will get secured whenever I apply my next layer. All right, so I'm going to increase my pressure just a little bit more because I want to make sure the adhesive is getting down into those fibers. And I'll let that apply for its full 12-second application instruction. All right, so more comments coming in. Hi, everyone on Instagram. Thanks for joining. All right, so looks like we have a successful print here at 260 degrees. So the corded cotton from Pennant Sportswear works perfectly at that 260 degree application. You can see some bruising on the garment, so not to be confused with scorching. Bruising is if you get to the line of the heat press. Scorching is if there is a sheen to the fiber and it makes it shiny. So definitely no scorching here. I could easily get out the bruising of the fabric by either taking it with a steamer or an iron, but it would definitely come out. That's not going to be permanent there. You can really see it on this side the way the light hits it. But overall, a really successful print, and we apply this at 260 degrees. So that's my recommendation if you guys are interested in doing the corded cotton from Pennant Sportswear, because it needs a low temp application so that you're not getting any scorching. You can see the texture actually coming through the heat transfer vinyl as well, which I really, really love because it takes on more of an ink-like look as opposed to a vinyl, right? So vinyl, we know, sticks on top of the fibers, but this is such a thin material and it feels amazing on the garment so that it feels more like an ink than anything. All right, so first application done. We're going to move on to our second application, which is a really unique one, especially if you're working with a standard press. So let's go ahead and cut out our design, or trim it out and weed it. I have so much stuff on this table. Oh, I found my weeder. Okay, I'm going to trim this just a little bit more. And UltraWeed is super, super easy to weed, hence the name. You can see that you can get a lot of great detail with the product. Don't have to really worry about too much tearing as you're peeling away the excess material. And if something were to pick up by accident, like an edge or a corner of some really intricate pieces, then you can just stick it back down because it has a pretty tacky carrier. All right, tacky carriers also help with alignment. So I'm actually going to place this down on the item first so I can figure out where I want it. All right, so I think that's pretty standard right about there on the cap. So it's not too low or too high when it's being worn. All right, so now what I need to make sure I do is keep any of these seams that are pretty thick from the back of the hat, and then also the bill from getting in the way of a nice flat pressure. So what I'm gonna do is take my small pillow and put it in just like that. So I'm kind of sandwiching it. So the back of the hat is behind it, and then the front of the hat is falling down in the front. All right, so we sandwich the pillow in there, and now we can just lay this on our heat press. So what I'm gonna do so that the bill isn't getting in the way is make sure it's dropping off of the front of the platen. So this is what you do if you don't have a cat press. If you have a cat press, definitely use the cat press because it's gonna make the process way easier. All right, so I'm gonna preheat after I get this situated a little bit more. Test the pressure. There we go. All right, so we are getting some wrinkling, so we need to make sure that we're being careful there. So right about now, you're probably thinking, yeah, I definitely need to get a cat press if you don't have one, if I'm going to be doing this. What some others will do is actually take a pad or a towel and stick their hand up inside the hat and then just press it right on the heating element and just hold it there. So that does work for some people. However, you have to be careful because you want to make sure you're getting the right amount of pressure. I want to ensure that I'm getting the right amount of pressure since I'm at a low temperature, so that I know it's cured on there and it's not going to fall off. But a lot of different ways to do it, just finding what works best for you. I wish I had a cat press right about now though. All right, so the heat press is going to do the rest. As soon as I lock that in, it's going to count down those 12 seconds for me. And the wrinkles didn't allow this to apply accurately. So I'm going to show you what happened. So you can see where that crease was there. It folded up as I heat applied that. So now my B is way over here and the rest of it is just following through. Right, so lesson learned. It's easier to just use the right equipment. But it's good that you see our fails so that you learn from us and not have to waste any blanks or anything like that. That would have been so cute though. I'm kind of bummed. All right, so let's go ahead and visit questions and comments. All right. So on Instagram, we have, I missed what kind of vinyl we're using. So we are using the new UltraWeed heat transfer vinyl. This is a little sample roll that I have. This is actually the color we utilized today. This is Shark Teal. Brand new product. If you aren't familiar with it yet, it's on the Stahls website, and it applies at 260 degrees. It's super easy to weed. It feels amazing on the garment, and that's why it's such a big deal, and why we've been talking about it so much, because it's a huge game changer in the heat transfer vinyl industry. Feels more like an ink than a vinyl. All right, and Jose on Instagram says it can be fixed with vinyl remover. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try to play around with this and try to get it removed. I could probably actually pick this off right now because it didn't adhere at all in that one area from where it like went over itself, like that wrinkle there. Yeah. Same thing with the M. So I'm definitely going to try to play around with this, probably pick up some vinyl remover from our office and see if it'll come off. The only thing with vinyl remover, I will say, you will actually see sometimes leftover adhesive. So if you're ever trying to remove vinyl and you notice a little bit of the design left over, it's because the adhesive isn't actually coming off, but it is still removing the vinyl. So it can easily be hidden by just layering something over top of it. But you get what I'm saying. All right. And yes, you can handle super fine detail with UltraWeed. That question came in from Instagram. All right. Veronica says, love you, Jenna, but I was watching with Dave and said that was not going to work. Yeah, it didn't work at all. So that's what I'm here for. I'm just here to test stuff out and see what's going to work and what isn't. Paw Paw Mountain, cat press is a snap. I love my Hottronics. Yes, cat presses make life super easy. And Betty asks, how does UltraWeed differ from Premium Plus? So Premium Plus is known for its low temp application of 280 degrees. UltraWeed beats that by 20 degrees if you're doing a lot of synthetic fabrics like 100% polyester, polypropylene bags, vegan leather, viscose, spandex, a variety of heat sensitive products. You can actually use this product to apply 20 degrees less so that you're reducing the risk of scorching. So like Josh mentioned, whenever he introduced the product, he said that not all products or polyester are made the same, and there's still some out there that will still scorch at 260 degrees. This is going to get you a little bit closer and reduce that risk, but also you want to still be sure what type of product you're actually heat applying, ensuring that it's not too heat sensitive. All right, and then also it's a stretchy material. It does have some give to it, but it still doesn't have that four-way stretch that Premium Plus does. So for those of you that are familiar with Premium Plus and you love it because of that stretch, I would say stick with Premium Plus because it is, you aren't going to get another stretchable vinyl that stretches that well. All right, so Premium Plus still a great product, and if you need that four-way stretch on 100% spandex or maybe some poly spandex blends where it's a tight fit and you know it's going to stretch when the person's wearing it, then definitely still use Premium Plus. All right, and Lisa asked, where is the dye hat from? This is from S&S Activewear. Looked a lot prettier before I ruined it with this application, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so Art of Your Mind on Instagram. What type of vinyl can you use for N95? I'm not familiar with what N95 is, but I would be happy to answer that if you could explain to me what N95 is. All right, so thank you guys so much for joining. I see some more comments coming in, but I have hit my half-hour mark. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining. Of course, appreciating all of the love that we've received throughout this time. And of course, have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday. So real quick before I log off here, I wanted to let you know about Monday. So we have been going live at 10 o'clock. Both Josh and I are attending different events on Monday. So Josh is doing a virtual trade show. So if you want more information on that, please visit the Stahls events page on our website. Also, I am doing a webinar at 11 on Monday. So we are not going to be streaming live on our social channels, that being the Facebook group, the Facebook page, YouTube, and Instagram, but we will be streaming through the webinar and the virtual trade show. So if you still want to check out some different things that we're doing, you can visit all of that stuff on the Stahls events page. So hope to see you guys there. And again, have a great weekend.